What would be interesting if these 4 cards just happen to be the 4 kings?
Very nice.
4 kings. You can do a little something with the 4 kings. What I'm going to do is I'm going to deal 3 cards. Doesn't matter which cards, but just 3 cards on top of each king. Okay. So far, so what? What I'd like you to do is please cut the cards and complete it. Excellent. You want to do one more? Or are you happy with that?
Let's keep that.
Okay. I'm going to deal out the cards. All right, you cut the cards, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, what I'd like you to do is take your hands. I'd like you to cover two of the packs. Just cover. Okay, those 2. Okay, let go, please. Thank you. We'll eliminate those. We have 2 packs left, and I'd like you to put your hands on the 2 packs, please. And I'd like you to push one towards me, please. Okay, perfect. You can move your hands. Now you cut the cards. Free choice.
Yes.
Could have gone anywhere. And we just had you make a series of decisions here. What would be interesting if these 4 cards just happen to be the 4 kings?
Very nice.
Here's the explanation for the 4 aces or 4 kings. I just happen to use kings. You can use aces, queens, whatever you like. And by the way, this is a good follow-up trick to do after you do a 4-ace production, which I do teach in another video. Really no setup other than you need the 4 of whatever you're going to use. And in this case, I'm using the kings. So just as we did in the demonstration, you take 3 cards and deal them on top. 3 cards, deal them on top. 3 cards, deal them on top, and 3 cards, deal them on top. Now at this point, it is legit. You do have a king at the bottom of every pile. Now, gather the cards. And at this point, you seemingly mix the cards, but you have several techniques working in your favor here. So first of all, you can have them cut the cards. Now, cutting the cards does change this pack, but the key thing is it doesn't change the order. There's still 4 of the 4 of a kind that you're working with, and they're in a certain order. They may not be the first of them may not necessarily be at the top or second or wherever it is in the deck, but the key thing is when you deal the cards out again in a standard manner, what happens is the 4 of a kind end up in one of the piles. Now you don't know which pile it's going to be in, but they will end up in one of the piles. So no matter how many times you cut the cards, after you collect them all together, they're all together. So that's the first phase. Now, second phase is you have to be able to tell where your 4 of a kind is. So what I would suggest is, what you can do is just kind of casually gather the cards, like do kind of a sloppy layout here, and then what you do is just kind of straighten up the cards, and at that point you can glance at the bottom card and see where your 4 of a kind is. And at this point, spectators don't know they're together. You're just kind of casually straightening up the cards like that, and then once you know it's here, then you're ready for the second part of the trick. Second part of the trick is called a magician's choice. You make it appear that the spectator's making all the decisions, but they really aren't. So if you go back to the demonstration, you'll see how it worked, but it's never the same way, or it's rarely the same way. So what I like to do is just tell the spectator to put their hands on 2 of the piles. So they can put their hands on any of the piles. No matter which piles they put their hands on, you just remove them. Unless it's the one that has your 4 of a kind. So let's do that. So let's say they put them here, or here, or here. You would just remove those 2. So if they put it here, these aren't the 4 of a kind, so you just remove them. They put them here, that would be the 4 of a kind, you remove them. They put them here, you remove these 2. So let's say we remove 2 of the piles. Now we're down to this one. Now at this point, you know the 4 of a kind is here, and you want them to pick this one. So you ask them to point to one of the piles. If they point to this one, you remove it. If they point to this one, then you say we're going to keep it. So if they point to this one, you remove it. No matter what they say, you always come down to the one, and then you can show them that you have the 4 of a kind there.